Saturday. We're having some oats this morning and the sun is shining. We are going to clear out our storage unit today, which is exciting because it needs to be done. So that is going to take, I think, all day. We got a trailer and everything, so we'll take you along. But it's good because it means that we're like paying like dead money to it at the moment, and we've paid for it for like the past year, and honestly I think we've paid more than what the stuff is worth in there. So we're gonna take some to Vinnie's and that, and then we'll sell some on Marketplace, and then anything that isn't good to be sold secondhand we will have to take to landfill. But it is a really cool recycling center there, so I'm excited to look at that. Okay, we're at the storage unit. It's time to get rid of some shit. I'm excited. It's really appealing to me. Okay, so we've sorted through everything. Now this is all going to like the local homeless shelter at where we're staying at the moment, and then everything else that is kind of like old or rusted or anything is going, or destroyed from like the weather when this leaked, will be going to the landfill, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Okay, everything is packed up and we're done for the day. Hi, Sissy Lenny. Sissy Lenny. Hi. What's that? Hi, friendly girl. Sunday morning. Oh, Len. Lenny, that must hurt. This is how we get waken up. Ow, he's on my bladder. Righty, we are just walking down at the Oval. I really kind of want to do something, aren't we? Walking down at the Oval with the pop-ups. So we're just at the Oval taking the pups for a walk. We just had breakfast at our favourite cafe, which was really nice. It's our favourite thing to do on Sundays. There's another guy here whose dog is on a long line, which is nice because it's just like so good when people respect. Like his dog's obviously reactive as well, and like when people actually just respect dogs who maybe aren't friendly with other dogs, it just puts us in a good mood. We got some more recycled pallets from Anthony's job site, so we're going to make our deck longer, which I'm very excited about. So that's such a good spot to work on. Back at our favourite Sunday walking spot. So beautiful. Okay, we're going to build our deck now. Extend our deck, sorry, out of the pallets that got from the job site. Which you like laying on, don't you, Lenny? Yeah, you do. Okay, the deck so far. And then we're just gonna put these mats on top, aren't we, Sissy? To stop the dogs falling through. Alrighty, the deck is in. What do you think, Len? Lenny, do you like it? Sissy, I know you like it. It's pretty good. Ordering the jammies. I haven't had any life yet come through, but that's okay. Only a week in. We've got a pretty good looking veggie patch at the moment for winter. Pretty stoked with all of everything that's growing. Okay, making banana bread again for the week. Probably not going to film it because you guys have seen it a million times in the last couple of vlogs. But we'll make banana bread. We've got this old bowl from out of storage, so I'm excited to use it again. It's mahusu. And we just made the the deck out of the recycled pallets, which is epic because now the sludge won't be like right outside our door with the dogs, so I'm excited about that. Look at the clouds, they're so beautiful. Alrighty, doubling up the banana breads. This is so good. I slightly changed the recipe this week, so I'm excited to try them. Okay, happy Monday. I just finished working out. I am out of breath. We had such a shit fight in the morning. Aunt's car got stuck on the grass here where we're parked, which was fun. So I think he was a bit late for work. And then, yeah, Lenny's just been a bit reactive this morning, so it's been fun. But I feel like the rest of the day is going to turn around. They're playing right now. What are you guys doing? Give. Good girl. Oops. You can see all the skid marks. So good. Sissy. I just put some washing on, so it might be a bit loud. But I am just starting some work at my table. I'll show you. She's so cute. So just getting to work on my table. Pups have had their run, so they're all tired now. This week's pretty hectic for us because we are... Is she fixed? We are going to this trainer for Lenny because of his dog reactivity. And he's like a military and a police trainer. And he's like the best in New South Wales. So he cost a pretty penny. I was like gobsmacked, but anything honestly to make Lenny's and our lives better. Because Len's so fearful of other dogs that he becomes like reactive. And it's becoming quite hard to manage, especially when you live in a bus and you're like... Yeah, it's just hard. I think it's hard when you live in a house too, but like I feel it a lot when you live in a bus because people just walk by with their dogs all the time, and like it's really weird when you live in a bus. People like don't equate it to be your house, so they're always like sticking their head in, and like lots of people like come up with their dogs, and it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a lot, especially for Len. So I'm really excited. I'll probably bring the vlog along with so that we can document the whole thing. But I think me and Nancy are feeling super apprehensive about that and like a little bit nervous. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I've got to get into my work and then I'll check back in with you guys. Guys, you have to look at this. It's so cute. What is he doing? He's just laying down in the sun. We're having chips before Lenny's big day tomorrow. How you feeling, Len?
Pretty chill, eh?
Pretty chill. You gonna beg? Yeah? Is that what you're doing right now? Gonna get ready for a big day? Look at this guy. Ball. Oh my god, she turned her head. That's so cute. Just sitting here after work eating chips. Like, yeah. Couldn't be any closer. Oh, my shaking hand. Couldn't be any closer in proximity. Okay, I look like a bald eagle with this haircut. Ooh, hairstyle. Okay, so I've just gotten off a work call and we're all sitting having coffee. Woo! That Anthony made. Thanks, Ant. And it's this boy's big day. He's wrestling. Let me get a better video. Lenny's big day of training. Huh. And they're already misbehaving. I think me and Ants were feeling a little bit apprehensive. We've been like trying to play it off like we're all good. And we were like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I think it does feel quite like it's like, it's a big day. I don't know, how would you describe it?
Well, we'll find out if he's fixable or not.
Yeah, it is a big day. We find out whether or not his behaviour is kind of, it is what it is for his life.
The trainer was quietly confident.
The trainer was very confident that he'll be able to give us a good good steps moving forward. But I mean, look, if it comes to it and he says that the trauma is too ingrained and it can't be fixed, then he's our boy. We're not gonna obviously get rid of him or anything like that. We will just know that we have to manage him the way that we've been managing him for the last year. But if we can help him and make him neutral, his life will be so much better and our lives will be so much better. So I'm really excited. Oh, bud, I'm nervous. Beautiful boy. He's a bit overexcited right now. Okay, we're at our first toilet stop along the way because it's like a 4-hour drive. Aren't we, Len and Susie? Oh, Susie. Yeah. Lenny, you're not coming off the lead because I'll lose ya. Okay, 4 hours later, we are 2 minutes away from the training facility. We're really nervous. Well, I feel really nervous.
Pretty nervous.
I don't know why. It just feels like it's kind of like a big deal. Well, it is a big deal for us. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling all kinds of way. We did a little drive-by and we're just eating our lunch now. Before we go in, these two have no idea what's happening. There's never been in the car for a while. So fingers crossed it all goes well. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was incredible. So I wasn't going to come on last night because we got back at like 8 and it was like 4 hours of driving both ways and we were just exhausted, plus the 3 hours of training. And we also wanted to talk about how we kind of address this topic on our channel, I guess. So yesterday was life-changing. A little bit of background. Lenny has been super reactive to dogs and strangers since he got attacked by a dog. His behavior's kind of gone on from there, and we have to walk him at night, and like it's just that he gets really reactive at the fence line when dogs go past, and it's just it's been really difficult because our other dog is like really a totally normal dog, and we just can't do anything with Lenny because he is so reactive and it's unfair on him and he's fearful, and like we can't do any normal things. We can't go for a walk, we can't take him in the car in the daylight because he'll see dogs and he growls and snarls and gets all this heckled up and he becomes really stressed. So I guess like for the last year, because we got him as a rescue farm dog, he was a failed farm dog that and then we took him because they were going to kill him. So that's a bit of background. So when this behaviour first started happening, I went to a couple of trainers. It worked a little bit at the beginning, but then his behaviour just got worse. And then a vet prescribed him Zactin, which is like a kind of like an antidepressant and an SSRI, sorry. And then he got put onto that medication, which we were told will increase his serotonin but it's really heavy on their liver, so it does shorten their lifespan. So for me, as soon as I found that out, I was like, I don't want him to be on that. I don't want him to be on that forever. I want it to be a short-term thing. I want to switch his behavior. So we've been on this quest of training ever since, and I think that a lot of people know that not all dog trainers are born equal. We had gone to some and they were beautiful people, but they just didn't really understand and they weren't good at understanding aggression in dogs. So I finally found Steve at K9 Pro. He is absolutely incredible. He has trained military and police dogs for 30 years and trains aggressive dogs that come for like people, and he specializes in aggression, so for people and aggressive dogs who, you know, people are going to euthanize them. That is the kind of, to be totally blunt, people come to him as a last step for their dogs. When I say this guy totally changed our life, I wish I could hype it up more. We got there, we already had done a Zoom call prior to do an assessment, kind of talk about Lenny's background, all of that stuff. So I was like, when we were going in, me and Ants were like, okay, if this doesn't work, we've tried everything that we can, and we'll just have to learn to manage Lenny for the next 15 years that he's alive, and we'll just try and give him the best version of what his life can look like, which would mean, you know, keeping him very separate, very isolated, walking him at night, you know, not a good life for a Kelpie, but good life for him at the time, because that's all that he could handle. So for us, we were like, has a lot riding on it, because our dogs are our children. We want to take them everywhere with us. We adore them. We love them. We want to go on camping trips, hiking trips, go to the beach. Like, our dogs come everywhere with us. We don't leave them. So it's been really hard having Lenny like this. And to be honest, like, I cry most second days, and like, it's awful, to be totally honest. Especially when it was someone else's negligence of their dog that has put us in this position with him. So we went to Steve. He assesses him. We're in there for 3 hours. When I say, so like, I can't really get on a football field with Lenny and another dog be on the other side. Like, he's that explosive. He is that reactive. I'm going to do a full series on here of like what we do with Lenny, because like for the training side, because I have so many people who have reactive dogs that are the same, and I want to be totally genuine and totally transparent with how we are training and fixing Lenny, because I think that a lot of people sugarcoat it for others, or at least I've found, and then you don't actually know what has actually worked. So I'm going to be totally honest, I'm going to be totally genuine, I'm going to show you exactly what we are doing and what a professional with 30 years experience has told us to do. I don't want any bad negative feedback. You will be blocked. I don't care. I've been to a professional. He's given me this advice and it's worked. So there's no room for negative opinions here. I'm going to be totally transparent with that from the get-go. But I will show exactly how we fix him, because he fixed him. And Lenny was sitting a foot away from a Belgian Malinois, a German Shepherd, Pitbull, Staffy, all these dogs he absolutely hates, usually, in a calm way, laying down. For us, that is life-changing. Like, we can't even walk on the same street. We can't walk past a dog if it's in the backyard before with Lenny. We couldn't do anything with him. So Steve assesses him. First of all, he pops him, like, we had him on a harness to walk. He's behind me. He's sleeping because yesterday was a big day. He was on a harness with me when I was walking him. So he was like, no, get rid of the harness. They're not good training tools for aggressive dogs. So move that off. Then he assesses him on a slip collar. He pops it on. He does like a thin one to begin with. Lenny's not really responding to the pressure, because the goal is to get him to walk on a loose leash. He wasn't responding to the pressure that he applied when he was asking him to follow him. I'll do a full in-depth like video of what we're doing, but yeah, he wouldn't respond to that. So then he's like, okay, we need something more. And this is when there's no dogs in the room. So he's like, then when we put a stimulant in the room that he's fearful for, but then he's not going to be able to deal with it. And this is all about giving him the life skills that he needs to be able to deal with something that he's fearful of. So, and again, I'm not here for any opinions. He puts him on a prong collar. Now this, if you've ever ridden horses, like I've trained horses to a high level, this is basically a pelham. It just helps to apply pressure. You do not use it like you use a normal lead. So you're not yanking on it, you're not pulling on it. That's absolutely not what you do with this. I hold it with one finger. Like, I hold it like light as a feather. You don't need to have a lot of pressure with this. He immediately starts to become engaged and completely ignores the dogs. And I mean, like, dog comes in, he gives him a small correction, and when I mean correction, he lightly pulls the leash so that Lenny looks at him. And then Lenny's attention is away from the dog and onto Steve. Now, what this is going to train Lenny to do is that not all dogs are bad. He's going to then understand that he can just sit calmly, and then nothing bad's going to happen to him because he's sat calmly and he's focusing on me. This means that he's not going to get barked at or growls at by another dog, because at the moment he snarls and growls and lunges at dogs. So then obviously dogs respond in the same way, and then that reinforces his idea that dogs are bad. So when I say he laid down next to this dog, like totally fine, because Lenny can make friends with other dogs, so he's not actually like fearful. He just is unsocialized from when he was at this farm and treated awfully. He just doesn't know how to act, and when that dog bit him, he was like, I don't want you to come close because I don't know how to interact or make this a good experience from then on. So Steve literally totally changed our life. He taught him a loose leash walk, which we'd been working on before, but he taught him it, like how it applied, because that's where we were having struggle, was how it applied when he walked with other dogs or near other dogs. So he showed us how to do that. He was walking around with heaps of other dogs, which is amazing. Like I said, we can't do that with him. Like we couldn't before this. Like couldn't even walk on a football field, couldn't go anywhere near anything. He would just be so explosive. Next thing, because I don't want this to be too long, I'll make a separate video going more in depth. But next thing Steve has got us to do is when he goes out, he's going to be wearing this muzzle if we are in a place where we feel like a basket one, so he can pant and open his mouth and growl and bark if he is uncomfortable and needs to let us know. So Steve did tell us if we are walking in a place where we think people might have an off-leash dog or we're a bit worried about it, then just slip this on, and then people, it's more of a preventative for people so that people are not ignorant and arrogant and let their dogs, just because a lot of people, if they have a friendly dog, they don't think, they're not used to having a dog that might be a bit aggressive or not like other dogs or fearful. So this is more of a people repellent, so that people are a bit more responsible with their dogs. It's so, yeah, I don't want to make this too long. I can see it's already 10 minutes. Whoops. So yeah, that. And then when he's off the lead and say he's out, we've just got an e-collar. So what this will do is when he's off the leash, we just hit him with the vibration, and then he'll come back. Say if we see a dog off lead and it's coming, we hit him with that, he comes. He's really good at this. We've trained him on this for a while and it's worked really well for him. So that's nothing new, but yeah. And I'm just so excited. Like he said, we've got a 6-week training block that we're going to be working through, and I'm going to film the whole thing on here so that anyone else with reactive dogs, like, I just can't stress enough, like, I felt so hopeless before going to Steve. Like, I wanted a dog that I could take everywhere. I mean, I love Lenny. Like, I want him to have the best quality of life. And now the fact that we can give him the best life, take him to dog beaches, take him to camping, just take him for a walk in the middle of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, things that, like, normal dog owners, like, I'm always so jealous of. Like, take him to a cafe. Like, that's all I want. Like, and get him off this so that he can have a longer life. I'm just, like, it makes me so emotional. I feel, like, emotionally exhausted because I've just been crying with happiness. Like, this is so incredible. Me and Ants can't believe it. We never thought we would have this for ourselves with Lenny. I feel so grateful for Steve at K9 Pro. I mean, honestly, like, I'm so exhausted. I feel so, like, happy and, like, grateful, and, like, I feel like I have the tools now to help Lenny and fix him and then give him the best life possible. Oh, I just feel so grateful. So I want to document this on here. I'll make separate videos apart from, like, the vlogs, so that people who don't care about the dog training, you've got something for yourself, and then people who have got reactive dogs, there'll be a whole different series. But I just wanted to put this on here because it's such a big life event for us, and I can't believe that I'm gonna have a normal, like, sociable dog. Oh, I don't know, I'm so emotional about this. It's so amazing. And if you have a reactive dog, please know that my heart goes out to you. I know how hard it is, and I'm here for you. My inbox is always open. Obviously, each dog's... I really want to preface, you need to go to a professional. I'm not a dog training professional. I'm just showing you what works for Lenny, and I want to just document this because I think it's going to be an amazing transformation. I implore you to go to a dog training professional. If you need to get a recommendation, I can ask Steve if he's not in your area. But make sure you go to a professional, because obviously all dogs have individual needs. Their training is obviously totally, they need to be assessed by someone, but I just want to document it
for, and you also need to be given the skills of how to train them with these tools. But yeah, I'm just so excited, and I hope you enjoy this.